of you here today. We're here, of course, to honor the life of Miss Hazel Allen. And she was a wonderful lady, very much loved. And that's obvious by the turnout, by the crowd that was there last night, and the response that you've given to her passing, toward the family. And just want to, on behalf of the family, say thank you for all that you have done. The ladies of the church fed us and fed the family before the service, and I remember why preachers don't eat before they preach. I should have buttoned my jacket before I ate because it doesn't want to button now. But we had I think the family had a good time there. And as I said, I just want to welcome you. Thank you for being here. Just a few comments. I read the notice that was here in the bulletin from last night. And as I think about Miss Hazel, one of the bad parts about coming into a church as a pastor is there are some people that you meet that, like Miss Hazel, that was already beginning to deal with dementia. And so I never got to know her before that. She was a wonderful lady as far as the time I got to spend with her and for her and Mr. Vivian, and just enjoyed both of them very much. But I can't tell you all the stories that so many others can. But as I read this, I thought there are just some looks that I saw between her and Mr. Vivian about how they loved each other. Some glimpses of her that I could see there and understand who she was. And this couple of paragraphs that were written here say that Miss Hazel was born on March 9th, 1935. So she was 90 years old this year. A long and good life. Married, it says the love of her life, Mr. Vivian Allen, and they spent 70 years together in marriage. That's a long time. And it says here that they were a true testament of love, commitment, and faith. And I can tell you that there's a young couple in our church that before I knew they were dating, I could tell they were dating. And you could see the way she would look at him or the way that he would just steal a glimpse at her. And being around the two of them, when I would talk to Mr. Vivian about Miss Hazel, I could see that look in his eye and that love that he had for her, and her for him the same way. It says that she lived in Gratis, where she built a warm and welcoming home filled with laughter and music and the aroma of her cooking. A talented cook and also gifted pianist. And it talks about how the children were raised and the family was raised and how the home was a warm place. And you've got a great legacy and a great lady that you can look to in how to live and how to be, not only as a young parent, but as a grandparent and then great-grandparent. You've got a long, long legacy there in front of you. And the scripture that I thought about to use today is out of Revelation 21. In just a few verses here, where John said, "Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. I also saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared like a bride, adorned for her husband. Then I heard a loud voice from the throne, 'Look, God's dwelling is with humanity, and he will live with them. They will be his peoples, and God himself will be with them and will be their God. And he will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more, grief, crying, and pain will be no more, because the previous things have passed away.' And then the one seated on the throne said, 'Look, I am making everything new.' And he also said, 'Write, because these words are faithful and true.'" There's a great description there of heaven. And not just the heaven that we will go to now, but what it will be after Christ returns to this earth. After Satan has been finally conquered and done away with, where he has no more power to be able to cause the troubles that we go through. Sin will not have any more power to ever diminish a life and to see us age the way that we do today. The New Jerusalem that it talks about here is described a little further down in the passage. And several months ago, we went through the book of Revelation, and as I preached through this passage, I told the church about the size of the city. The length of the walls are from here to El Paso, Texas, or a little over into New Mexico, and they're that big square, and the walls are that tall. There's a place there for everybody, an enormous place. But that's not really the point of all this. The beauty of the city is not really the point of all of it. There are a few things that I see in here that are. He's described, or the city and the people that are in it are described as a bride adorned for her husband. When Miss Hazel got to heaven, I'm certain that she saw Jesus first. And then I'm sure Mr. Vivian was right behind him. And the picture of this life that they lived together, the picture of love and happiness that they were, is amplified there in heaven beyond anything we can imagine. And you understand that as family. You know what that looks like. But then apply that to Jesus. Apply that to our Father in heaven. That's the relationship that we have with him, and that's more of what heaven is going to look like. I always was confused when I was a child, and I kept hearing out of John 14, Jesus